The ghost of Lou Gehrig returns to Yankees Stadium. Every July 4th, security guard Miguel Santos stares at the surveillance monitor in disbelief as a baseball appears to roll across the Yankees Stadium infield by itself at exactly 11:47 p.m. on July 4, 2019, following the same path that Lou Gehrig walked during his farewell speech 80 years earlier. What Miguel witnesses over the next 3 hours doesn't just challenge everything he thought he knew about life and death. It reveals that some legends are so powerful they transcend physical existence, returning each year to deliver a message that the living world desperately needs to hear, though only the purest hearts can understand the Iron Horse's eternal wisdom. Yankees Stadium sits empty in the Bronx darkness, its 54,000 seats casting long shadows under the dim security lighting that transforms the Cathedral of Baseball into a vast, echoing monument to American sporting history. The temperature hovers at 72 degrees with humidity that makes the summer air thick and still, creating the kind of atmosphere where sounds carry unusual distances and silence feels more profound than normal. Miguel has worked stadium security for 15 years, patrolling these grounds through countless off-season nights. But July 4th always feels different, charged with an energy that makes even the most skeptical employees acknowledge something supernatural occurs within these hallowed walls. The phenomena begin exactly at sunset each July 4th, with subtle manifestations that stadium staff have documented but never publicly discussed. Locker room doors that should remain locked swing open on their own. Lights flicker in sequence along the first baseline. The PA system occasionally crackles with static that almost sounds like distant applause. Security cameras capture movement in areas where no human being could possibly be present, shadowy figures that appear for seconds before vanishing into darkness that seems deeper than physics should allow. Miguel monitors 16 different camera feeds from his control room overlooking the field, each screen showing different angles of the stadium's interior as he conducts his routine midnight patrol without leaving his chair. Camera 7 focuses on first base. Camera 12 covers the dugout area. Camera 3 surveils the monument park beyond the outfield wall where Lou Gehrig's retired number 4 hangs eternally among other Yankees legends. These cameras have recorded unexplained events for over 2 decades, footage that management stores in locked files while instructing security personnel to maintain absolute confidentiality about anything unusual they might observe. At 11:47 p.m., Camera 7 detects movement near first base, where a regulation baseball appears from nowhere and begins rolling along the exact path that Lou Gehrig walked on July 4, 1939. During his farewell address to 60,000 fans, the ball moves with deliberate purpose rather than random motion, following the precise route from home plate to the speaker's podium that was installed for Lou's emotional goodbye to professional baseball. Miguel watches the ball complete this journey, stop at the exact location where Lou delivered his famous words, then vanish as mysteriously as it appeared. Camera 12 simultaneously captures the dugout bench, moving slightly, as if someone invisible has just sat down in the spot where Lou Gehrig spent his final game watching teammates play without him. The bench depression suggests the weight of a full-grown man, though thermal sensors detect no heat signature and motion detectors register no human presence. This ghostly seating continues for exactly 17 minutes, the duration of Lou's farewell ceremony, before the bench returns to its normal position and the inexplicable presence moves on to other areas of the stadium. But tonight's manifestations exceed anything Miguel has previously witnessed during his decade and a half of July 4th vigils. Camera 3 reveals a translucent figure standing beside Lou Gehrig's monument, clearly human in shape, but shimmering like heat waves rising from summer pavement. The figure appears to be wearing a Yankees uniform from the 1930s, complete with the distinctive pinstripes and cap styling that match historical photographs of the Iron Horse during his playing career. Most remarkably, the apparition seems aware of the surveillance cameras, turning toward Camera 3 and appearing to acknowledge Miguel's observation from across the physical and spiritual divide. The ghostly figure begins walking toward the main stadium entrance, passing through locked doors and solid barriers as if they were constructed from morning mist rather than steel and concrete. Miguel switches between camera feeds to track this supernatural progression, watching Lou Gehrig's spirit move through the stadium with the same purposeful determination that characterized his approach to every aspect of baseball during his legendary career. The ghost shows no signs of confusion or aimless wandering, instead demonstrating clear intent as it navigates toward a specific destination within the vast complex. That destination becomes apparent when 8-year-old Tommy Rodriguez emerges from a bathroom near the stadium's main concourse, where he had been attending a delayed Independence Day celebration with his grandmother Rosa, a lifelong Yankees fan who brought her grandson to pay respects at Lou Gehrig's monument despite the late hour. Tommy possesses the kind of innocent perception that adults lose through years of rational thinking and societal conditioning, allowing him to see spiritual presences that mature minds automatically filter out as impossible or illusory. The encounter between Tommy and Lou Gehrig's ghost occurs in the Monument Park area, where the child had been reading the bronze plaque dedicated to the Iron Horse's memory while his grandmother rested on a nearby bench. Tommy looks up from the memorial inscription to find a tall man in an old-fashioned Yankees uniform standing beside him, translucent but clearly present, with kind eyes that radiate the same gentle strength that characterized Lou during his earthly existence. The ghost speaks in a voice that sounds like whispered wind, but carries words with perfect clarity. Lou's spirit explains to Tommy that he returns to Yankees Stadium every July 4th to ensure that his farewell message continues reaching people who need to hear it. Though most adults have forgotten how to listen to voices that speak from beyond physical death, he reveals that his famous declaration of being the luckiest man on the face of the earth wasn't just gratitude for his baseball career, but recognition that true fortune comes from touching other people's lives in ways that create lasting positive change long after the individual's earthly journey concludes. The ghost tells Tommy that baseball represents something much more important than entertainment or competition, serving as a metaphor for life's most essential lessons about perseverance, teamwork, and maintaining dignity when facing seemingly impossible challenges. Lou's consecutive game streak demonstrated that consistency and reliability matter more than spectacular individual achievements, while his graceful response to terminal illness proved that character reveals itself most clearly during the darkest moments of human experience. Tommy listens with the rapt attention that children bring to magical encounters, absorbing wisdom that will guide his own life journey, while serving as a messenger to deliver Lou's continuing insights to a world that has grown cynical about heroes and skeptical about the possibility of genuine goodness. The ghost emphasizes that every person possesses the potential to become someone else's iron horse, providing stability and inspiration during times when others feel ready to quit pursuing their dreams or abandon their commitment to doing what's right, regardless of personal cost. Lou's spirit shares specific predictions about Tommy's future, revealing that the boy will face significant challenges that will test his character and determination in ways similar to the adversity that defined the Iron Horse's greatest moments. He prepares Tommy for these coming trials by teaching him mental techniques for maintaining hope when circumstances seem hopeless, finding strength when physical resources are exhausted, and remembering that every ending contains the seeds of new beginnings if viewed with proper perspective. The supernatural conversation continues for over an hour, covering topics that range from baseball strategy to life philosophy, from family relationships to personal integrity, from dealing with failure to understanding success. Lou's ghost demonstrates the same patience and thorough approach that made him such an effective teammate during his playing career, ensuring that Tommy understands not just the words being spoken but the deeper meanings behind each lesson and how to apply these insights when facing real-world situations. As dawn approaches, Lou's spirit begins to fade, like morning fog evaporating under sunlight, but not before delivering his final message for Tommy to share with anyone willing to listen. He explains that death represents transition rather than termination, that love and positive influence continue flowing through the universe long after individual lives conclude, and that every person who strives to make others' lives better becomes part of an eternal legacy that connects all generations across the boundaries of time and space. The ghost's departure occurs as gracefully as his appearance, Lou Gehrig's spirit dissolving into the growing daylight while leaving Tommy with memories and wisdom that will influence every decision he makes for the remainder of his life. The boy finds his grandmother still sleeping peacefully on the Monument Park bench, having missed the supernatural encounter, but awakening to discover her grandson transformed by an experience that transcends normal childhood development. Miguel watches this entire exchange through his security cameras, recording footage that he knows management will add to their classified collection of unexplained July 4th phenomena, while instructing him to maintain complete silence about what he witnessed. But Miguel understands that some secrets are meant to be shared, that Lou Gehrig's continuing message of courage and perseverance deserves to reach people who need inspiration to face their own seemingly insurmountable challenges. Years pass, and Tommy Rodriguez grows into a man who carries Lou Gehrig's ghostly wisdom through every aspect of his adult life, becoming a teacher who inspires struggling students, a father who demonstrates unwavering consistency for his children, and a community leader who shows others how to maintain dignity and grace when confronting adversity. He never speaks publicly about his supernatural encounter with the Iron Horse, but everyone who knows Tommy recognizes something special about his character that exceeds normal human development. The July 4th manifestations continue each year, witnessed by different security guards, maintenance workers, and occasional late-night visitors who possess the openness necessary to perceive spiritual presences that most people dismiss as imagination or wishful thinking. Each witness carries away their own version of Lou Gehrig's eternal message, spreading the Iron Horse's influence through communities that desperately need examples of authentic heroism and genuine dedication to principles that transcend personal benefit. Yankees Stadium has become more than a sports venue, evolving into a shrine where the boundary between physical and spiritual existence grows thin enough to allow meaningful communication between the living and those who have moved beyond earthly limitations. Lou Gehrig's ghost serves as guardian of values that baseball represents at its highest level: persistence through difficulty, loyalty to teammates, and the understanding that individual achievements mean nothing unless they contribute to something greater than personal glory. The Iron Horse's legend continues growing with each passing year, not through statistical records or historical documentation, but through the lives of people who encounter his spirit and carry his message forward into their own daily struggles and triumphs. Lou Gehrig proved during his lifetime that true greatness comes from showing up consistently and doing your best regardless of circumstances, a lesson that remains as relevant today as it was during his remarkable career 8 decades ago.